work, and at its center was a message of hope that resonated with people around the world. I honestly believe that Gently Down This Dream could do the same thing. If you listen to this book with an open mind and a willing spirit, I believe you will understand what it means to truly live in peace. Hugh died in 2010, and it is now 2022. So why did it take so long for the book to be published? Hugh and I briefly had a literary agent, but that was ages ago. I was unsure what to do. I definitely wanted the book to be published, but I sent it to only one company, and they very politely rejected it. You will be pleased to know that I quickly forgave them, and I assumed that it would never be published. While this made me sad, I accepted that the reality of business in this world is not always connected to that which might benefit others. And then something wonderful and amazing occurred. In early 2020, I was contacted by Joe DeRepos, a college student Hugh had met in Santa Fe many years before. Joe had read and loved Notes to Myself, and one day he found himself in a bookstore buying more copies of said book, and being in a hurry, he jumped in front of a man who was waiting to check out. The woman who happened to be at the counter commented on the fact that he had stepped in front of the man who wrote the books he was buying. Assuming that the gentleman would be upset, Joe turned around to apologize, but Hugh simply suggested that they go have lunch together, and so began a wonderful friendship. As it turned out, after an amazing career as a bookseller and acquisitions editor, Joe was semi-retired, but working now as a literary agent. When we chatted, he asked if Hugh had written anything that had not been published. I sent him the manuscript, along with the following declaration. And if you don't like the book, that's okay too. His immediate response was, I already like it. In my heart, I know that Hugh was guiding this amazing and blessed reunion. Joe made various editorial suggestions that included changing the title of the book to one that more accurately reflected the book's themes and who Hugh was. While Hugh did not and could not know that he would die the day after the book was finished, the subtitle, Notes Upon My Sudden Departure, is accurate, because Hugh had prepared for that event by making the peace of God more important than anything in this world. Hugh had learned to float gently down this stream, without fear, without worry, without trying to change that which we have no power over. This is at the heart of the book's message, and I believe Hugh's enduring hope for us all. Gayle Prather, Tucson, Arizona, March 2022. Rule 1. Don't make things worse. Gently down this stream. Just because you row your boat gently down the stream doesn't mean you get to control the scenery on the shore. What you do get are 4 merrilies for every 3 times you row. When we experience peace, many of the harsher aspects of life begin to soften. Peace, however, does not manipulate specific people and events. It merely gives us a gentler attitude with which to deal with them. One of the major impediments to spiritual progress is the thought that we deserve external rewards for walking a spiritual path. We want peace, and we want the world to work. But of course, the world doesn't cooperate. Sooner or later, it becomes impossible to deny that simply because we try hard to do and be good, there are no specific outward effects we can count on or take to the bank. This insight can, and often does, come as a shock. Depending on how central the motivation was to get something in the world, even something for loved ones, some degree of disenchantment usually follows. Consequently, disillusioned students often believe that there are only 2 options: change spiritual paths or abandon spiritual paths altogether. Our spiritual journey can come in countless forms, but at the heart of each is a belief in love. There would be no golden rule running through all the world's great religions if in the back of our minds we didn't know that we share a common humanity. After giving its version, the Talmud states,